ostensibly, which is a wonderful word, ostensibly, I came here to do this, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually going to upload that last one, but we'll see. So I brought this to Turtle Fest in Tilsonburg, and it went over extremely well considering the lack of documentation that I have for this thing. So I really have to make a bigger sign. Okay, is that right? Moving art, yay! So the issue is, and it's the issue that many people have always, I need a haircut. A great many people have had for doing shows, Lego shows that have moving parts. And you can see it very, very well on that black 8-tooth gear. Look at the plastic dust. The plastic dust is normal. Running things for a long time at a show is detrimental to, let me get this thing. It's already plugged in here. I'm plug in the RCX. Yay! I love my RCXs. You might know that. Turn on. Wait. Best sound ever. So even this thing, there's a lot more force to turn this thing right now than there was when I first built it, because every single gear train in here has plastic dust on it. But that's not the worst part of this. This is the worst part of this, because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 21, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37 gears. There's 37 24 tooth gears on here. And the axle goes through 4 plates. So this thing, very hard to turn right now. Very, very hard to turn. I'm amazed that that motor lasted at Turtle Fest. I'm amazed. What has happened previously, and I'll show you this because I think I can pop this off without chewing. Oh, good. Who built this thing? Oh, right. Okay, come on. No, that's not what I wanted. Come on. There we go. So there's a crown gear there and there's a crown gear there. This crown gear has snapped. This is my 4th one since I built this thing. I don't know how many years ago. This is my 4th crown gear on here. Now this one has lasted a few shows. I think I've replaced it twice at Bricks in the 6 last year. But I didn't replace it at Turtle Fest at all, or the Anime North. I think it was at Anime North. I didn't replace it once, so I don't know. But even that, you can just hear the dust. So I have to come up with a better. So I talked to my friend Jason, who makes a lot of moving things all the time, and he said there's some sort of stuff that you can get from Home Depot, dry stuff, dry lube or whatever, and that is what he uses. I just have to go get it. Okay, I'm gonna put that on here. Even look at that is a black 8-tooth gear. It looks great. It is just like, look at all the dust in here. So it is something. Now so when there's no pressure on it, it runs just fine. Wait. Oh, wait. There we go. and then you can hear it working. And occasionally, and I do have to fix this motor will pop off because of the stress, and you can even see it. I did not build a motor into, sorry, you can't see the motor. I did not build a motor into the housing. It just sitting on 8 studs, and you can, let's do it one more time and you might be able to see it. You can hear the motor go backwards because the gear train is unloosening itself because this thing is so stiff, and that's where it's stuck, and then so it has to undo. So before we get to Brickomania, I want to take apart this entire thing, at least this top part of this entire thing, and find that stuff that Jason uses and put it on the axles that I go through here. The other thing I did was, it used to be 15 seconds. 1, 2, almost at it. 10 seconds, because by that time people walk away. so that's what I did. The other thing that I found a little disappointing, and I'm not sure how I did it. So you got this guy here. Here we go. Put that over here. Okay, and it's a USB, and I can't run the USB from the RCX, which is, I find, a little disappointing. Put it here. Put it there. Right there. There we go. Turn on. Is that the top of this thing broke? I'm a little disappointed by that. I mean, it was cheap Temu stuff. Well, actually, I think this was Amazon. But so now I have to. There's still some work. Get rid of this light. Come on. Thank you. That light. Go over here for a second. Oh, right. There's some plug. There. Something on this way too. There we go. Yay! I think that makes me feel happy. But because of the gearing, because you can hear it working pretty hard, I do have to do something about that. So I'm going to be working on that. I'm also want to get better paperwork than just this, right? So because a lot of people will show up. I'll show you this. I'm going to sew it together. It's like my RCX plane. How do I do this? Pull this over here. Right, they don't see that. So, and then the kids go like this, which, you know, you just have to, that's all you have to do. It stops it, and it goes the other way. so I'm gonna make better signage, I guess, and try to figure out how to make this more intuitive, because a lot of kids are just, right? So I'll figure that out. I can do this while my layout is still over at the Brick Shack for another week or two. The 20th, I'm gonna go pick it up if you didn't pay attention to my last video. It'll be on the 20th of July when I go pick it up and put it back in the garage, and then I'll be working on one spot, one piece at a time, and getting that all fixed up. The other thing I took out of the program is I used to have a random wait time. So if nobody touches it after 10 seconds, and it would have a random wait time between a minute and 5 minutes, and it will just go by itself. I 100% removed that now. So it will not turn on by itself. I remmed out that line of code because of the usage. Because the more you use it, the more plastic dust gets generated. So the only time it moves is when you actually swipe your hand. And it was, as I say, 15 seconds before, and now it's down to 10 seconds. I don't think I'm going to go down to 5, because 5 is just too short. I really appreciate that. But and I think 10 seconds is a perfectly acceptable number. 15 seconds was a little long. And as I say, during a show, during a 4, 6, 8 hour show, if nobody touches it, it would just spin. And I said, well, who's it spinning for? so I took out that landing code, and I think that's what saved it at Turtle Fest a lot. The other thing I did at Turtle Fest is, where is it? I think it's over there. Yeah, it's not even in the room. I brought my mini jack. It's not a jackery. It's Canadian Tire Super Special, but it's a inverter. So it's a 12 volt to 120 volt inverter, and I had the RCX plugged into that thing for the entire time at Turtle Fest for 6 hours, 8 hours, and it didn't even touch it. Like, the RCX uses very minimal amperage, shall we say, and so I have no problem bringing this to a show without asking for electricity, because I'll just plug it into the battery box. I asked for electricity at Brickomania, and I will be asking for that at Bricks in the Six. But if I'm doing like an outdoor show or whatever little show, I just bring that little battery backpack, and the thing works all on its own. One thing that happened at Turtle Fest that didn't happen in a lot of other places is the curiosity. There we go. The curiosity about this thing, because they were trying to figure out how that worked. Now, those of us who hang around RCXs, NXTs, EV3s, and anything else pick this up immediately. There's a light up here, and there's a sensor down there, and you can see that. So the light stream goes straight down there. And I learned this back in the old RTL days, is that if you put a 1x2 Technic brick on here, ambient light has no effect on this at all. See, I can hold it right next to my light here. It doesn't do anything, because it doesn't have light coming in from the sides to affect the light sensor. Also, the little red light that's built into the RCX, little red LED, has no effect on the light sensor, because it's covered over by the 1x2 red brick, or the Technic brick. So you actually have to make, it doesn't matter where you do it. You can do it up here, you can do it down here, or anywhere in between. But it has to be in this line here. So doing it here, it doesn't do anything. If you put your hands there, then it does something. I wish it was better. I don't want all this. I mean, it's not a lot, and it does fold down nicely. I was hoping to just have like the light sensor here and the pickup there, and just karate chop it, but then people would be hitting the top here. So I said, that this is good enough. This is good enough for Canada. But I just need to get more documentation, bigger pictures, maybe like an 8x11 Bristol board or whatever, to say just wave your hand slowly. Or I was actually thinking about redoing these yellow things and say wave your hand slowly across, or moving them back. Maybe that's it, because a lot of kids were swinging it out here, right? And that doesn't do anything. But if you move them back here, maybe that would do it, because then they would move to the back. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So this is not ready to go for the show, but I will say that even if it's not ready to go for the show, I'm bringing it to the show, even if I don't fix it, because it will run. But the thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the motor. I'm going to build an enclosure for the motor so it stays there. So I'll figure that out. So that was my plan for this evening. Because they say it's only got 8 studs holding it to the base here. Probably my worst Technic build ever for a MOC. Those of you who remember back in the day with my monstrosity of it's not even here. My monstrosity of robots. I always had that thing here. Not gonna worry about it too much. That's not it. Wow, I gotta clean up this room. Know that I usually go overboard with the reinforcing of a robot. so I was lazy this time. And I will say this, I'm trying to make some sort of design. It was, I won't say thrown together. The base was not thrown together. There was some work put into it to make sure like that's what it needs to do. and the roundness and cuteness and whatever. But as soon as it was working, I did not. Usually when I build my robots, I take it apart like 20 different times to figure out how to make it better. I did not do that in this one. The second it was working and it looked reasonable well, put the thing on top and throw it in the box. So I don't think I'm going to redesign the rest of it. I think this is fine, but I am going to put something on the back here that will hold the motor in place, and that's probably going to entail bringing some Technic bricks back here. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. So I don't know if I'll show you the finished product or if you just have to wait till Brickomania or Bricks in the Sixth, but that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. So that's it. That's all. I hope everybody out there is doing well. My rant that I finished right before this one, I am fine, and I'm sorry if that offended anybody. But I got it off my chest now, so that's good. So that's it. You guys stay safe.